Kate, you shared with us an importance of being attentive to, conscious of, intentional about how we understand gender disparity issues working with respect to relationships. And as I was listening to you speak, I couldn't help but remember so many occasions in 20 years of youth ministry where there were outstanding young women athletes who couldn't wait for us to get to the game playing part of programming, and really thoughtful, articulate guys who couldn't wait to get into the Vesper, where they went deep and long in sharing and engaging in relational exchanges. So did I just have an unusual group, or what, was I missing something in the dynamics of our life together?
Well, I'm sure you had amazing youth, and so that was different. And I've probably always been that girl who wanted to get out there and play the sports game before I had to sit down and talk about anything with anyone. But I think that's maybe 10-15% of the youth that we're talking about. Kids who are empowered either by their popularity or their skills or their talents, or that's just something they like. That's different, that's not fitting within the gender categories. But there's really probably 75-80% of our youth ministry groups, or maybe in some groups less than that, who are the kids who are quiet, who do want to just fit into the stereotypical molds. And it's those kids that I think we really need to pay attention to. And so we might think about concretely, instead of letting the kid who always raises their hand first lead, whether it's male or female, asking the kids who don't raise their hand to lead prayer. If they're comfortable. I always believe in the notion that you can pass if you're not comfortable. You don't have to be forced to participate. Now, if you pass every time, you're not participating at all. So I do want people to try things out of their comfort zone. So it might be through invitation, it might be through recruiting, that we bring in a different gender balance, or that we ask some of the kids who seem to never be able to sit quietly and reflect on a theological moment to take a pen and paper and draw if they want, or pick a favorite song that depicts that for them. Write a journal entry. Give them more options, but still require that they think about the deep relationship that's connected to that, especially for young men. And then for the young women who are much more apt to just hang out in their little group chatting, especially after the mealtime in a youth ministry group, to really say, you know what, today, no chatting after we eat. Everybody's got to find a different partner, and you're going to go do this tag game. Or, ways in which we can actually push people a little bit out of their comfort zone and get at that 50 to 70 to 85% of the kids who aren't always raising their hands or standing out across those gender lines, but give them experiences that allow them to see that gender doesn't have to define the way in which they participate.